You are now tuned in to Eclectic AI Weekly with your hosts Heath Nielsen and Zac Spencer. Brought to you by
Eclectic Gentlemen.
All right, let's do this. Eclectic AI Weekly.
Let's do it.
Thanks for tuning in. It's Eclectic AI Weekly. It's the show that's like the maraschino cherry on top of a nano banana split. Nano banana. We're here at episode 9. I'm Zac, and with me as always
Is Heath.
Heath, how are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
Always happy to be here.
Always. And before we dive into what we're talking about today, we got to talk about where to find us. You can find us everywhere: YouTube, X, Instagram, Eclectic Gentlemen, anywhere podcasts are hosted. We would love to hear from you. Check out our whole array of amazing content. So Heath, you love those 85-86 Bears, right? Chicago Bears. So imagine if Ditka had an AI to predict injuries for him or call plays like we see in the NFL today. Did you know they even have all that?
I did not. Not until you just told me.
Well, they've got it. They've got more.
It makes sense with all the money they have.
It does make sense. Would that have made the Super Bowl shuffle even sweeter, or would it taken away from the old school grit of the game?
Well, it was so different back then. I don't know. It's arguable either direction.
It is arguable.
That was really like pre-cell phone for most people.
Yeah. I didn't have a cell phone in 85.
Most 20-somethings probably can't even imagine life without a cell phone.
Well, the NFL is getting to the point where it can't imagine life without AI. So it could keep players like Walter Payton safe. It could scout the next sweetness, and it could even put you on the 50-yard line to experience the Bears Super Bowl in VR. So let's see if it can capture the magic of the football that we all grew up with. Stick around and find out. We're going to be talking all about that today. And just a quick reminder that the Eclectic AI Weekly poll is upcoming, and you can have the chance to connect with us and make your voice heard. But before we do that, you know how we like to start it from around here.
Remind me.
We'd like to start with the AI wins of the week.
AI wins of the week. Let's hear from Zac and Heath of the week. AI wins of the week. AI wins of the week. Let's hear from Zac and Heath.
All right, so the AI wins of the week. Heath, tell me, what's been going on with you this week? What kind of AI tools have you been using?
Well, I just use it more and more every day. Like we were talking about earlier, you basically search. I don't go to any of the provided links anymore. I just look through the results that I get from whatever tool I'm using. And if I don't get something that's reasonable, it's probably my prompt is bad. So
yeah.
I just fix the prompt and then get the information. I used it at work this week to compare two different versions of software, one that's coming up and one that's already released. And it made it very apparent that we need to just put the software out as soon as possible because of the added features of the existing one, even though the next one's going to get released before the end of the month.
Yeah, man. It's moving fast, it sounds like.
Well, it took, like we're having a conversation during meeting. I type in the prompt, and it gives me the comparison. It was like 30 seconds, and I copied and pasted it into the group chat so everybody could read over what's coming. Because, like you probably deal with this at work where people show up and they don't really have an agenda for the meeting, and they haven't really prepared. They just know that they need to meet with everybody, and then they'll just all do it on the fly. It's not very productive. So I've been doing a lot of that where I look stuff up on the fly. I'm not even the best speller. AI helps me with that. So I get the prompt in with AI. I run 2 different versions, maybe 3 different versions of it, get something. And some of them are like, well, is this really helpful or is it hallucinating? And I'm like, well, this is something. You guys showed up with nothing.
There you go. Something is better than nothing.
Right.
I think that's a song.
Yeah.
You know what? figured out this week. Amazon, on the Amazon app, they came out with a new tool, Amazon Lens. So you can search by picture now, and you can literally pick up anything. It kind of works.
Well, you could search by picture before, right? Is it better now?
This is way better now. It works like Google Lens, where, like your mouse that you have for your computer, I could capture that right within the Amazon app, and then it, puts all these.
I used to try to use it, but it wasn't very useful before. So now it works, huh?
It got way better this week. Way, way better.
Do you have any idea why?
Well, they upgraded the tool, yeah.
So now it's actually using an agent in the background.
No, it's just does a visual process. I think it's a VLM, a visual language model that kind of analyzes. You can see it analyze the item, and then it just, but it goes to the exact item. It doesn't just pull up a mouse or pull up a page of mice. It goes to that exact model. It's fucking wild.
So it sees the logo on it, or the exact construction of the way the plastic. It's not just an overall like a vertical mouse, and then it shows you 1,500 unrelated ones.
Exactly.
It gets you right to the one that you're searching for. That's going to change search. I don't know how Google's going to adjust to this, because how do they collect ad revenue when they can't base it on how many clicks or people are clicking on a link?
I'm sure they'll figure out a way to get some money somehow.
There must be a back end where they relate it.
A back end. Maybe even a tight end. Which ties into our topic today.
All right, let's go with it.
Imagine a world where every tackle, every play, and every fan cheer is shaped by AI. That's not sci-fi, that's today's NFL, and it's changing the way the game is played and viewed. So AI is no longer just for the tech geeks. It's powering the NFL. It's saving players' bodies, and it's making fans feel like they're right there on the field.
It's making it safer?
It's making it safer.
How's it doing that?
Player safety and performance, man. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about scouting new stars.
Cool.
We're going to talk about play calling, officiating, and even the fan experience. So buckle up. I'll jump right in for you. Player safety and performance. Did you know every NFL player has a digital twin? So the NFL has a digital athlete program that they've rolled out over the past few years, and it creates this digital virtual player model. It predicts injuries in certain situations, and it boosts performance, just like a sidekick. They put like RFID sensors inside the shoulder pads that can track the speed that a player's running, can track the distance that he's running. They've got high-res cameras that shoot at 60 frames a second. They got mouth guards with sensors built in that they can measure a hit to the head and the probability or possibility of it being a concussion, just how hard these guys are getting hit. So 30% of the injuries in the NFL are concussions currently, and 20% are lower body strains. So this...
What do you mean by that?
Lower body is going to be ankles, legs.
Like they got hit weird and twisted their leg?
Yeah. And they just kind of a lot of times call it a lower body injury, because if they tell everybody what ankle it is, people are going to target the ankle. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Yeah. He's got
the other team would try to take advantage of your weakness.
Yeah, his left ankle's bad. No, it's lower body injury.
So doesn't both teams have access to this video? So wouldn't they know anyway?
They would. They would.
They just wouldn't have the RFID info. Okay.
Yep. And then that also measures the impact force of like how hard they're getting hit, what kind of body part they're getting hit in. And in 2024, in a playoff game, Patrick Mahomes, he cracked his helmet against Miami.
Wow.
Hit his helmet so hard it cracked. So that led, his digital twin. They were like, yo, that's way too hard of a hit to the head. that spurred a whole redo of all the helmets in the NFL. So they're making these helmets stronger and harder. And aside from the crack in the helmet, they used AI to test the force from all these hits.
Isn't the helmet cracking better? Doesn't that absorb some of the impact?
It does, but I mean, that's
You-
a
you
hard
want-
hit to the head.
Yeah, but you want the helmet to crack. You can replace the helmet. It's the head inside that you don't want to crack.
Yeah. And
It's kind of like cars. They have crumple zones. So shouldn't the helmets have crumple zones?
yeah. Yeah. They should. They should, because that's an expensive head in there.
Yeah.
That guy makes a lot of freaking money a year.
Yeah. You can just give him a new helmet.
Yep. So sometimes they get concussions and it doesn't really even look like that much, but they have this whole system inside the helmet that tells the trainers, like, right there within seconds.
Yeah, angle you got hit at, whether
Yeah.
or not it was a glancing blow or,
You might want to check them.
the direction of stress.
So imagine all the
How's your eyes? Are you blurry in one eye?
times over the years that concussions didn't get diagnosed, or players were exhibiting the concussion symptoms and they just were like, I'm going to play through it.
Yeah. No. You're going to go sit down and we're going to give you oxygen.
Yeah. Another use case in the last couple of years with AI is in 2023, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles on the turf at MetLife Stadium. So they used all of this AI data to kind of put out there that, like, hey, these turf fields aren't as safe as the grass fields.
Right.
And a lot of teams are encouraged to go the natural grass rather
They did
than
that
the
at Soldier
turf.
Field.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big deal when they do that.
Yeah.
But, like, I'd see a lot of this trend with,
Because they can move faster on the artificial turf, which you would think, okay, so that's more impressive to watch the guy run faster.
yeah,
But he's also going faster.
right.
So if he hits something or somebody hits him, they're going faster too.
Right.
Right? And so that means there's more momentum, more momentum,
Yeah.
and more possibility for injury.
Yeah. So they've reduced lower body injury risk by 20% in the stadiums where they've gone to the natural grass fields.
20%.
Yeah.
That seems like an expense worth doing.
These digital twins can craft personalized training plans for players, optimizing recovery or technique
Yeah.
using data like their stride length or their peak sprint speed. Pretty wild stuff. It would be cool to have access to that and jump in there and see, like, digital twins. I'm picturing, like, the Madden video game, being just able to see a
Yeah, well, the
player's all of his
physics on
stats.
video games are going to just massively improve
Yeah,
and be a lot more realistic.
yeah, yeah, a lot more realistic, and it can also tell these players when they've overtrained a little bit too. Like, hey, based on all this data we've collected, you're starting to ramp down a little bit in this area or that area. Maybe you've done enough today. Maybe it's time to take a break. Everybody's trying to protect their investment because they spend a lot of money on these dudes, right?
Yeah. And then there's the other side of that, like you were saying earlier, where they're trying to take advantage of that. So
Yeah.
you got defense, and they're lining up the right guy to infiltrate that line at that particular point.
Yeah.
This guy's got a weakness in this area. This guy knows how to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of
100%.
tactical stuff.
Very tactical. The other thing they're doing is, in terms of data analysis, is they're using all of this data to try and not just go with their gut instinct when they're drafting a player from a college or something. They're using these tools to analyze all the
Moneyball.
data from all these schools to find, like, diamonds in the rough or players that aren't going to go in the top 10.
Like Moneyball. Let's not just go with this guy's looks great or the opinion from these old guys that are just like biased for whatever reason. They're actually like, how many times does he get on
Yeah.
base? What's his stats?
Yeah. In 2023, the Rams selected this dude, Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua.
Puka Nacua.
That's just fun to say.
He was a 5th round pick, and AI actually flagged him because of his stats. 6.2 yards after catch average and 85% route efficiency. So he went to a smaller school. He was a little off the radar, and they picked him.
Because his stats were off the chart.
And his athletic ability, they brought him into the league, and he was a total impact player last year.
Right. All right. So you get these diamonds in the rough. All right.
They're also using it to analyze how players perform in stressful situations. So if you ramp up the stress level to like a 4th quarter, 2-minute drive, how does that impact
How does he complete?
quarterback's completion rate? Does he throw a little bit better when the pressure's not on? And when the pressure's on, like his nerves show in his play. So they can analyze all that in those situations.
So you got clutch players and you got opening players.
Yeah. The data.
Do you think that means they'll switch out the quarterback more often, depending on what the situation is, instead of he's in there because he's the head quarterback or the number 1 quarterback, but this is a better situation for the number 2 guy, so let's play him.
Yeah, I think I've seen that a little bit, but like that makes perfect sense. You might have a guy that's better in a certain situation.
Yeah.
Or
Use
against,
the tool for the job
or against a certain player. That player's on the field.
instead of just
Yeah.
your favorite tool all the time.
Yes. So you're talking about
So it's going to get interesting.
it's getting interesting. These coaches are making play calling and they're making decisions sharper than ever now with the data that they're getting in. NFL's got something called Next Gen Stats and Zebra Technologies. They use sensors on each player to track their position within 6 inches. And they use cameras that they have all around the field to suggest plays and calculate probabilities of success on these plays.
Wow.
All the players now, when they come to the sideline, the first thing they do is,
How's this going to affect betting, I bet?
oh
I
man,
wonder that.
they're all over it. These guys reach for the water and they reach for the tablet, and they're able to sit there and review themselves the play. They all use those, what do they use? Microsoft Surface tablets.
Oh, those are terrible.
They got to deal with the NFL, and
They still suck.
yeah.
That was a bad deal, NFL.
Yeah, I've never used one.
Oh, they're just terrible.
Have you used them?
Why would I? They're crap.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It worked for the NFL.
worked for Microsoft. I bet you they got a hell of a lot of money for getting that deal.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, these players can review high-res photos and tagged formations within 10 seconds of a play. So they can view the other team and see what they're doing, and they can react to it. And it's just a little bit faster than human assistants that got to sit there and figure stuff out. These coaches basically have AI assistants now that, I mean, how far is it before we can just have an AI coach the damn football team?
Well, it's like we've been talking about. It's not going to replace people. It's going to reduce the number of people that are involved because, like, just with programming, you got a good programmer. Now he's going to be a marked level of proficiency better because he's going to have AI tools,
Yep.
right? And so that particular person is going to be able to get a lot more of the same thing that he does every day done.
Yes.
So you'll be getting rid of the B players, and the A player will just be able to do more.
Right.
It also raised some B players to be A players.
Yeah. The very situational players. The officiating technology is getting crazy too. So like we're saying about doing more with less people. This year, the NFL is rolling out Hawkeye technology. I believe it's Sony. It's going to...
Do they have arrows? Is that why it's called Hawkeye?
No, I don't know. I was
Little
thinking...
MCU.
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry.
I was thinking more like Hawkeye. Like, remember the old show Hawkeye with the guy in the helicopter? He was a helicopter pilot.
No, I don't remember that one.
Anyway, they're rolling out this new tool. It's Sony Hawkeye. It's making calls faster. and supposedly fairer. You're taking the human element out of making these decisions.
Yeah, get rid of the bias.
They're using 6 placed 8K cameras all over the stadium to track the position of the ball that can measure first downs with 99.9% accuracy. They are also getting rid of the chain gang this year, so they don't need those dudes on a close call to come out and pull the chain and measure if it's a first down. The system's going to know.
That's cool.
Those guys are still there in case something happens with the system, but there's historically been a lot of calls in the NFL that may have been the wrong call that people overanalyze later. It's going to take that out of the game.
Remember those videos that they used to do of Jordan dunking?
Yep.
Where it would, when they first did it, that it was like a 360 thing.
Yeah.
Think they'll be able to do those on the fly now with AI, with all those cameras on people?
They can do it. I've seen it.
So right in the action, the replay won't be from an angle and then from another angle. It'll just be
They move it.
It'll be moving around the guy,
Yep.
showing the angle that you need to see at that particular moment
They've got that.
of the play.
They've
That's
got that.
cool.
The cool thing to watch is like
That might get more people to watch.
the Super Bowl and the playoffs is when they like really up the camera game. Like they don't do that kind of crazy shit for every game, but just the product that
They
they're
need to.
putting on TV is just getting better and better. And these tools free up the officials to focus on penalties and not just measurements. Maybe increase the game flow a little bit. The digital first down decision, it's a lot quicker than waiting for these people to come out and stretch out the chain and all that. And another part where, like, you know, when the player catches the ball and he's right at the yard line, it's like, does he have his foot down? Does he not?
And he takes the ball and he puts it upfield.
Yeah, they're
to
going
try
to
to.
they're going to know now.
Yeah.
They're going to know.
Your knee was down 3 yards back,
Yeah.
not where
Like,
you landed.
There it is. So it's redefining fandom too. AI is having a huge impact on the way the game is watched. Players that go to the stadium, NFL has an app you can download now called the NFL One app.
Mm-hmm.
You can get real AI stats and augmented reality overlays over what you point your camera at the stadium. If you point your fan at a certain player on the team, you can see the 3D route path. You can see a certain player's catch probability on a 20-yard pass. They're also using it like you scan your face and it's going to know that every time you go to a game, you get a hot dog and french fries. So you're going to go up and your app's going to know exactly what you want to order for food. So really this whole experience. And at home too, NFL Plus Prime Video, they've got a X-ray thing. So you watch a game on Amazon, you can open up all these additional stats. It's a little like, I'm not that heavy of a stat guy when it comes to football, but you know who is heavy on the stat people when it comes to football is the damn bettors. So this is impacting the way people bet the games, bet the situations. They got all these new stats they can unlock.
So how do you think these betting companies are going to try to hobble people? Because they don't want them to win.
I think they're hobbling people now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going to like when they figured out how to crack the whole thing with betting on card games at the casinos, and then they just started putting more decks in the shoe and then reshuffling random to get rid of those advantages.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of people that bet on these games, man. A lot of people.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, they DraftKings and FanDuel use these next-gen stats for dynamic odds. So they're looking at the stats in real time and adjusting the odds, too, to make it harder for you to win or make you win less.
Changing the return rate?
Changing the return rate. What I'm really excited about is this VR technology that's going to be powered by AI.
Why are you excited by it?
You put the headset on
Yeah,
and you're sitting on the 50-yard line.
that does sound cool.
You're watching the game in what feels like real time. I've even seen, like you can do like you're actually standing on the field, standing on the sidelines with the players.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be like a normal offering in the next couple of years here, where you can pay like $10 for a virtual ticket to a game and
Plus
watch
the cost
game.
of the headset, yeah.
Plus the cost of the headset. Plus the cost of the
I guess
headset.
that's a way to sell more headsets.
I even saw a mention of a future headset-free hologram that could project the game in 3D into your living room. Like, there's people actually working on this kind of stuff. So next 3 to 5 years, expect even more AI to be coming out, more predictive coaching models with huge play success accuracy, smarter helmets for all the players on the field, them being able to have virtual reality tryouts, analyzing over 10 times more global prospects. They don't have to go to Australia to watch a player play. They can watch them virtually. And yeah, these holograms. So a lot of old school fans arguing about it. There's, like anything, there are purists who think it's taken away from the gritty roots of the game. But, I mean, look at the game now compared to the game in 1950.
Well, some of them have a point, like going back to grass.
Yeah.
They should continue to monitor that, but trying to take away new tools doesn't usually work well. The whole Luddite thing,
Yeah.
where progress moves forward. Period.
And it seems like if they outlawed all of this stuff in the NFL, there would probably be people still finding a way to use it.
Well, let's be real about this. Football is not a safe sport, and it never has been.
No.
A lot of people get some really serious damage done when they're shortening their lives.
Yeah,
But that's by choice. That's why they make all that money.
the average NFL career is like 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And most
How
players,
many years were they back in the 80s? How many years did they play? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Like 10 years?
Those guys physically take such a freaking beating.
Yeah,
man.
and they were all definitely doing painkillers.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them.
Serious amounts. Getting shot up with all kinds of stuff. Wild. And speaking of wild, you know what else is wild?
You're going to tell me.
The Eclectic AI Weekly Poll.
It's time for this week's Eclectic AI Weekly Poll.
The Eclectic AI Weekly Poll.
Find Eclectic Gentlemen on the X platform to answer this week's question.
The Eclectic AI Weekly Poll.
Thanks for being a part of the Eclectic Gentlemen community.
All right. Thanks for being a part of the community. It is now time to start with the Eclectic AI Weekly Poll. This is the most interactive portion of our show so far. You can go to our account on X. The link is below, and you can answer the question of the week. Last week, we got in on the back-to-school vibe, and we talked all about how AI is shaping education. And this week, you get to tell us your thoughts all about the use of artificial intelligence in the NFL. Do you love it, or do you hate it? Vote, comment, let's get the discussion going. The Eclectic AI Weekly Poll gets posted right along with each episode every Tuesday, and you got 7 days. So hop on X and make it happen. Did you want to do your new segment, the dangers of AI?
Let's see.
I put you on the spot there.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Well, the dangers of AI. Well, like we're talking about in this episode, like it's going to make everybody more efficient. But who's going to be benefiting from that efficiency the most? In this particular case, it seems like a race to take advantage of the fans. Charging more for this, charging more for that. There's more betting is off of the chart.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think is going to be dangerous about AI in football?
I mean, I think I could.
Do you really want them knowing what you buy at the stadium? Is that a good thing? You're going to get advertisements about French fries and hot dogs at every time you go to the grocery store now?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd be okay with them knowing what I like to eat. Hey, this place has good wings. You're at the game, go over here and get wings. I'd be all right with it. I mean, it's just more of the same shit that's coming at us 24 hours a day anyway. Everybody's trying to make some damn money, man. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it could be used. It could be dangerous, but like anything could be dangerous. I could use a butter knife to cut my butter and spread it on toast, or I could use it to kill you. Like, anything can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Anything could be dangerous. So with that, I don't know. Next time we'll have a good... You had a good point. You wanted to do the dangers of AI, but it wasn't like dangers, was it? You were talking about doing a new segment.
Yeah, I think every segment should have, how it's being overblown.
Of the specific topic that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got
how
you.
it's being overblown, how it's being under imagined. Just like this is if it bleeds, it leads. That kind of thing. Like, danger is what people are interested in and hyped about. Some of it needs to be calmed down. Some of it needs to be just a conversation.
Yeah.
It needs to be. Everybody's interested in it. Like, how is this bad for the sport?
Yeah.
If all of this data on what's injuries and everything that is going on is provided to the betting institutions but not to the fans,
Yeah.
I don't think that's good. They're going to know who's going to win based on stats.
The only time...
It's not empty data is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, they might have these huge... It'll be a fluke.
Yeah.
There won't be any technical advantage.
No. There definitely won't.
Except to the actual companies that want to profit from it all.
And the NFL definitely wants to profit from it.
Oh, yeah. The thing I really hope is that it trickles back down to the players.
In what sense?
Well, I don't want them to just be the meat and the grinder.
Yeah.
They're taking all the risk.
Yeah.
They should be getting the majority of the profits from their risk, and they're not. So,
yeah.
But, that's probably never going to change.
I feel like that's why they have walkouts of professional sports. The Players Association,
Well, they shouldn't have to do the walkouts anymore, right? Like, the data should drive the industry. Like, this thing that's happening, this is unsafe.
Yeah.
And it's injuring a bunch of people.
Yeah, I think...
Like you mentioned that they're going to make the helmets harder.
Yeah.
That's the exact opposite thing that they should be doing. They should be making the helmets so that they actually crack more often or get destroyed so that they actually, at a certain point, they're absorbing the damage instead of the player.
Helmet technology is pretty fucking crazy.
Well, I've heard this for years, and I don't really have an opinion on it, but it seems reasonable. Like mandating helmets for motorcyclists is just like making it easier to clean up the mess. It's a brain bucket.
Yeah.
There's the brains. It's in that bucket over there.
I have no idea what Patrick Mahomes' helmet probably costs, but that thing's got like a fucking computer in it, which is neat.
But yeah, like the fact that he cracked it, might not be a bad thing that it cracked.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that absorbs some of the momentum, some of the damage. So let's just hope they use that AI data not to make helmets that are expensive so they don't have to be replaced so often, but so that It actually helps the player.
Yeah, copy that.
You know what I
Copy
mean?
that. All right. With that, I'm going to call it a day on this one.
All right. It was a good one.
It was a good one. Eclectic AI Weekly. You can find us next week on the same channel, wherever you're watching.
I feel like we'll probably cover this one again.
We will probably jump back into this one at some point, and you never know what we're going to be talking about. We got a whole world of stuff to discuss, so just tune in, see what's up. Until next time, thank you, and remember, the future's not just automated, it's eclectic. Stay wired and stay inspired. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Eclectic AI Weekly. Join us next time for more in the world of technology and AI. Click the link in the description to like, follow, and subscribe.
Brought to you by
Eclectic Gentlemen.